Hello and welcome. It's Rhoda. I wanted to show you the finale of my December daily journal. I went and did several videos it's up to Christmas showing things that I had put inside of it. And I know I showed you the cover before, but this was an old skirt my sister had. And the colors worked perfectly with the kit. At least in my eye. But I did some little ribbons and laces, and I did a hidden spine, so that's why you don't see anything coming out here. I did a small zigzag design, did some metal corners on it, um, and then I did a hitching post closure. Hitch fasteners by Tim Holtz. I love these things. This first one I've used, but it's great. You just put a eyelet at the back, put you a string through it, and then you make a little loop, and that's all it takes. This was getting to be a little chunky, so it needed something. Thank you, everybody, for coming to visit and see this today. This is the Christmas at Home kit, digital kit by Jewel Design on Etsy, and it's gorgeous. I'm into the pinks this year. I don't know why, but anyhow, it made a gorgeous, gorgeous journal. Here's the opening. That I've used everything she had in her kit, and it all worked perfectly together. I used a few things from my stash. I did some stamping. She had numbers for you to do a December daily up through the 25th. So I made use of those, made a Christmas ball. Going with a lot of the main theme that I picked out of her kit was the Christmas ball. So I wanted to keep that going. I did some little punches. I did some edging, all kinds of things. Now, this this video was a hot mess, but it's my Ohio star, and you're able to write on here an inspirational word, anything you wanted. They're on both sides. It's a little tighter on this side because that's at the beginning of the book. But anyhow, I thought that turned out cute. I did a little bit of my lace trims. This here was a the tops of file folders that I had left over from my trifold that I had done right before my Christmas stuff. Anyhow, this is what I made. I made a big tuck where you can go all the way down. You can do little small things down here. I used a lot of the scraps, so everything got used. These were what I used for my Christmas card, but I thought, oh, well, they'll work. I did some stamping on here to do Silent Night, Angels we have heard on high, peace on earth, believe. So, and then I did some Tim Holtz. Can't do anything without Tim. So that's this tree line. It worked great for this. Here's just like Hello December, just a simple little card. I did a kind of a layered, what do you call that? A cluster? Yeah, that's it, cluster. It's a layered cluster, and I made it into a tuck and put some of the words she had in her shop. Christmas words, I think it's called. I did a little music page in here. This was a video I done maybe back in November, but I like these big areas where I could put Christmas cards, so I could keep the Christmas cards from my family in here, my immediate family. Ooh, oh no, that's glued on there, sorry. This was a little small one. Now everywhere I tried to write on the back so it didn't mar my scene. This is ancient. It's like a sequin trim. I've had that for years. Then that's my flip up with my journal card inside. This was the envelope that was in the kit, and it was just pretty. And everybody seems to love this. My fold out. My Christmas is a V fold. But you can check back my videos if you didn't see how to do that. It's really neat. Now, this was from a couple of people that are on Miss Paints-A-Lot's, Mike and Jen. And they sent me, on the 3rd, they sent me a Happy Mail. And I loved this. And I loved the Happy Mail. And they were so generous. They gave me music page and all this kind of stuff. But I made this little tuck. So if you ever need something to tuck an envelope in like this, this worked great. And it just fits right in there. The colors work. And I also did... Oh, you don't want to see that. I had a surgery on my ear. But I'm tucking little photos in here and there. Oh, yeah, you didn't want to see that. Here's a little envelope. And I was doing some altered playing cards. And that one, Delight in the Beauty That Surrounds You. I thought I'd put that in there. But this was the envelope that the card came in that Jen and Mike sent me. And I had all these little pieces left over from that hot mess on the 2nd, the star, where I'd cut all those out. So I made flying geese. And inside I've got some little things, little photos. Did a bunch of what do you call it? Collaging. Yeah, that's it. My mind's not working today. I'm sorry. This is one of my little file folder idea envelopes where you just kind of tuck that in like a regular file folder. It's easier than it looks. I'm just having one of those days. And then this is my little belly band. I stuck it in. Oh, yes. It's time to go sit down soon. But here's my little signpost that has Santa and Christmas, peace and joy. These got sent from my friend Gina. She sent me little cutouts of items she had. I had a swap with her. Now this was another, I had a little bit of trouble with it, but this was my Christmas balls. And I wanted to see that silver, and then I wanted to see 2 other colors. And it finally glued this glitter cardstock that I got. I had a little trouble getting my paper to adhere down. It was having a little trouble. Somebody told me to use, what was it? Fabric glue or something? Anyhow, I finally got it with fabric tack, so I tried that. Now, this is some of the journal cards from the kit. This is, if you watch this video with the 3-tier Christmas balls, you will see where I did this on the second half of the video. And it's a fancy little fold out. But it holds the tiny journal cards. And then, and it's tight. I had to make sure I can get all 3 of them in there. And then it held the 2 big ones. And then it's just a little pretty with some of her other Christmas words. And this is the second signature starting here. This was the first one. Of course, I did more stamping on the sides and up here. And I'm always trying to use up all of my scraps. Now, these little pieces came from what my friend had sent me. Where did I just see that? This thing. So, I mean, you can always use your scraps. I'm still digging in them. I'm covering the back of playing cards with some tea-dye paper. I mean, it's you can just always have them at hand. That's all I can say. Here is my Ripple ribbon pocket. And I had meant to do a tuck here, but I like where you can see in there and see the Christmas card that I think that was the one my mom gave me. Here is the silverware pocket, and I put my Christmas tree on there. Oh, you can't see it. I put my peacock tree out because I was lazy this year. All I have to do is pull it out and fluff it. And this was where it folds up and makes a little pocket here and a big pocket there. Here was what was that? Oh, my mom gave me a little gift card in there and a little note. So I stuck it in this pocket I made. And this was just a 3D embossing folder. And I rubbed some rub and dub, I think they call it, on it. So it's got a little glossy look to it. And here was my joke that fell flat. This was no L. So I was supposed to leave the L out, and I forgot all about it, so I just covered it with this square. But that was a joke I knew from my elementary school days. Anyhow, this was the last piece I just did, and it is a glassine pocket. It's just a simple little card, but I got to use up my last pull tab and elastic definition. And it was some of the collage paper and some gift tissue that I covered it with. And, yeah, nope. I didn't write here. Sometimes when I had a shorter page, it was considered one whole page. So this was the 17th journaling on that side. And I love this collage page she had in there. You could do all kinds of stuff with it. And I wrote on the back of there, that little tiny pocket she supplied. Now here I wrote on the back of this, and then I wrote more on there. But that was sort of a little tuck that I did there. Now the little tree, I had originally put it over here to be there, but it kept rocking and rolling. And you were to get in here and be able to write. It's just a semicircle. But you're able to write inside wherever you want, fold it shut. And then I decided to do this, but I don't want the trunk to show. So what you do is you put all 3 layers, except for the last one, in there, and it looks like a little tree. It really does. It worked out. And here was one of my surprises. That the glassine pocket was one thing you didn't see in any of my videos, and the bullet hole idea. I wanted to do a bullet hole idea so badly. So here it is, and it's where you can see through to what looks like Santa Claus. I have a stamp. And then I have a another stamp that looks like a snow globe, but we'll see that in just a second. Here's where me and Mom went out to eat at Sonic, and I think we went to Target to get some gift cards. Here's another page where I'm starting to get into my baking. This is the 22nd. I was doing my German chocolate cake, so I put some... I should have had a pocket here, but with these holes, I had a little trouble. And I did not want to cover this up. I love the Merry Christmas here. So I ended up just doing some paper clipping. And here's where I did more baking. I did fudge and something else that day. And I had a few little die cuts. I also wrapped my gifts. So I did little gifts down here. I used this wrapping paper. And it was really, really cold this night. I'm telling you. For us, it was cold. I'm in Virginia. That's cold. Now, this was, this is where I messed up on my Ohio Star Center, and I cut it wrong. So I put it back here, and I put it together where I'm able to go in from any direction and tuck anything I want. Let me get in there. Why is it not doing that? But it's supposed to go in this way, that way, that way. Any which way. But that's what I ended up using that for. I didn't want to throw it away. And then here is my snow globe. I have this old block stamp, and that's what it turned out to look like. And I put these little tree stamps on the sides of it. And then we're almost to Christmas. This is where I had my family over, my mom and dad. I had Swedish meatballs. And she made a broccoli casserole. I had green bean salad, sweet potatoes, cornbread salad. We had the works. And this was my candy cane pocket that I showed on one of my shorts. I did show it in one of my videos, but just as an afterthought kind of thing. I sure hope everybody's doing well today. We're almost into the new year. Start getting ready to do 2023. I always forget. It takes me half the year to get used to that new number. This turned out so good. This was another kind of hot mess. Because I got in there and I thought I could spray this and it would go up and like make streamers or something. Well, it didn't work. It just totally faded out. And I thought, I've never edited, so I thought I could edit that part out, but since it was in the center, I couldn't do it. So I did showed you 2 versions, I guess. But I like the way that worked. All I did was I drug with the corner of my little stamp pad, and it really, really made it look like a flame. I thought that was so cool. And of course I got my stockings hung, and we have all kinds of journaling on the back. I mean, I didn't even approach doing anything. I may stick some pictures. Like I got a picture from my in-laws. That was their tree. And I can put that on the back of my big journal card there. But I liked it the way it looks like the extension of your chimney. And then here's another big pocket that I had. And I've got a couple more of my Christmas cards in there. And then you're able to kind of almost see through to the card itself. That's the way I intended it to be. I thought, and then see, you can see the little tag there as well. Here is a last minute pocket that I made, and I hadn't realized this is the positive cutout and this is the negative cutout. And so I put that on another one of those 3D embossing folder pieces, and this I just put, what was it, fabric tack in there, and then I sprinkled this glitter. And then it had these little stars, and I put them up here. I thought that turned out cute. Me and Mom ate at Panera's this day, and went out and did a little shopping when she had a doctor's appointment I took her to. Now, this is the last page, so that was the 27th. This I made into the 28th, and it was just like a little scrap piece of paper. Actually, it's watercolor paper, so it's nice and strong. Then I made this the 29th. Made it a little glove. But this was like just a couple layers here that I put together. And then I've also got a layer in here. This was a beautiful card my friend Zach sent me. So I cut that out so I could just put it on the back. It wouldn't fit. It was a little too wide. So I've got a place here for another tuck. So the 30th and 31st will go in here. So I'll get my whole year in. And then the back, of course, I showed you before. And then all you got to do when you want to close it is to pull that around and it holds it shut. I didn't show you my dangles. I found some Christmas balls. Oh, I'm sorry. I found some Christmas balls, and I put them on the end of my floss. So they have little stars inside, different colors. It's really pretty. But anyway, I really wish everybody a great and happy new year. I've got to come up with a word for myself. Like, I liked Lorette Chandler's. Hers was something about finishing her projects, which is what I need to do. But my next book will be a butterfly book, and then I'll have some sketchy times through the January because I'm planning on going to Winnipeg to see my friend. So I'll get a few videos out for you. Just stay tuned and watch. Thank you. Give me a like if you like this book. And I really appreciate everybody coming. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.